Hey there, y'all. Tim Resto here, host of the Creative Christians Podcast, joining you once again with a hearty cheers and welcome back to another episode of Tim Talks Christian Rock. I know it has been a while and things have been a little quieter on my YouTube channel here as of late, but that is about to change. Work just got busy for me again, and since this is a side venture for me, it's always tough to keep up when work goes gangbusters. So anyway, things have finally quieted down, and this week, next week, the week after, I'm planning on doing lots of writing and recording of lots of new content, including for Tim Talks Christian Rock, Afterthoughts, as well as my Creative Christians podcast. So lots of new good stuff to come with much more content being regularly and routinely released. So stay tuned for all of that. Which, by the way, if you have not heard the Creative Christians podcast, head on over to my Buzzsprout page. The link is on screen as well as in the description below. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. It is very much appreciated. Had a lot more engagement. Ironically, even though things were quiet on my channel, I've had a lot more engagement, comments, some subscribers. While I've been busy working, but I've been trying to respond to those as much as possible too. But thank you all for your support and engagement and ongoing views of the content. Like I said, lots more to come. Yesterday, I got a shipment of some new music, vinyl and CDs. And I thought it might be nice just to kind of share about what I got. Maybe some of this will resonate with y'all. But there was some good stuff in here. You know, the economy's kind of rough right now. Everybody's looking for sales, and holidays like Memorial Day that we just had here not too long ago, as of the time of this recording, is a great opportunity for sales. And as it turns out, Boone's Overstock.com, GirderMusic.com, and Roxx Records were three of the great Christian music resource sites and labels that offered some great sales on Christian rock and Christian music. So I partook of some of that, in particular at Boone's Overstock. They had some things that appealed to me the most, so I placed a couple small orders there. They had some really good sales and on some things that I didn't have and some things I'd been looking at before and wanted to pick up. So thought we'd share about some of those today. Okay, first up, one of the really good deals that they offered and that I picked up was this picture disc or photo disc, however you want to call it, from the band Mass, their album Voices in the Night. This was one of their first albums, I think maybe actually technically their second album that came out. Mass is a band of a group of four guys, all Roman Catholics, who were started recording back in the 80s. They have a very storied history of getting started and running into all sorts of, legal issues or licensing issues or all sorts of problems that prevented them from releasing, I think, their first album, Fighter, and other stuff. I don't know the whole story, but I know there was all sorts of legal issues that prevented them from really getting off to a strong start. I don't think it was really until later that, as you see the hype sticker here says, produced by Michael Sweet of Stryper. When he heard the band and was really impressed by them, he, ultimately, I guess, got to producing their albums and kind of helped them get off to a better start. And later, Stryper and Mass did perform together. The interesting thing is, even though it's a group of these Roman Catholic guys, they really don't consider themselves a Christian band. They're four Christian guys that, record and produce good, positive rock and roll. But there are a lot of Christian lyrics that creep into their songs or that are written into their songs. And so it's kind of hard not to see them as Christians the more and more you listen to their music. But I'm not super familiar with them. I've just kind of lightly listened to parts of all of their albums. I started getting more and more intrigued by them, and I really like their sound. They have kind of a Stryper sound. They've got the vocal harmonies. They've got the guitar. They're hard rock, less heavy metal than Stryper, but really a nice sound. And this picture disc, was only $10, just under $10 on the Memorial Day sale at Boone's Overstock. And it's really a very nice edition. They got the back art on the flip side from the back of the album, cover art, and of course the cover art on the front, side A. So really nice printing. I listened to side A last night after I got this, and it sounds really good. Sounds really good. And the print quality is really nice. I had picked up the Deliverance's Weapons of Our Warfare album, which is also a photo disc. They made a photo disc of that. Picked that up quite a while ago and loved the quality of that printing and the sound of that album as well. This is very, very similar to that. Probably produced, it says made in Czech Republic. I think a lot of the limited run vinyl retroactive stuff is produced through that same company or same place in the Czech Republic. But good quality, looks good, sounds good, and for $10, not a bad deal at all. So any of you listen to Mass? Again, I'm not real familiar with them, but they're really growing on me. And I think I'm going to have to look into their back catalog of stuff because this album is nice. Tonight I'm gonna flip it over here to side B and check out their music there. But I love this photo disc and love their music so far. Good stuff. All right, next up, I've got another photo disc. A moment ago, I had just mentioned about Deliverance and Weapons of Our Warfare, how Retroactive has a photo disc of that out, and I picked that up, and I love that quality. Well, they also put out this one from Deliverance's self-titled album, Deliverance. And I hadn't picked this one up, one, because of the price, and two, I just didn't think as a photo disc that it was necessarily the most impressive. I mean, it's kind of classic album art. This is their first, technically not their first album, but they had an EP before this, their first full album, and self-titled, Deliverance. And I thought, well, the cover art isn't that impressive. I liked Weapons of Warfare. That has just amazingly classic cover art. But this one I thought was a little more minimalist. Didn't know if it was worth the cost. Well, here along comes the Memorial Day sale, and this was available for, I think, $14.97 or $12.97. One of the two, can't remember. And I thought, okay, for that price, I'll bite. And I always forget about the flip side too, which has the back cover art, and that's kind of nice with all the band photos and stuff going on there and the track listing there. So glad to have this. These are the only two photo discs that they've put out for Deliverance, and now I can kind of complete my photo disc collection of Deliverance albums. Glad to have this. Haven't listened to it yet. Probably will put this on the turntable tonight and check it out. But again, for whatever it was, $12.97 or $14.97. Good deal. I'm not sure if this or the Mass one are still on sale. They have been extending the sale on some of their items, but some of them have gone up in price. Some of them have gone up slightly. Some of them have gone back up quite a bit. But anyway, if interested, check it out. See if they still got it on sale. This is a good album. It's not my favorite Deliverance, but it is a good early thrash and speed metal album from the great band of Deliverance. Okay, so while we're on the topic of the band Deliverance, I also picked up this gold disc edition of their album Stay of Execution, one of my favorite albums by Deliverance. There you can see that. I'd actually had this album on vinyl already from Retroactive, and about the time that they put this gold disc edition CD out, people start getting rid of their original release CDs. They pick up these newer remastered editions and they jettison their original edition. So I was able to pick up, the time this came out, I was able to pick up on eBay for very inexpensively the frontline copy of Stay of Execution. So I got that for very cheap and I was happy with that. But then this popped up on a Memorial Day sale, $9.97 I believe this was. Again, too good of a deal to pass up. So there's no cardboard sleeve O-ring with this. There's no art card on the inside. I don't believe. I haven't opened it yet, but it is a gold disc, and it is a nice edition. So again, for $9.97, I'll bite for that price. But nice to have the gold disc added to my collection. And while we're on the topic of Deliverance, many of you may know that the founder, the lead, the main guy behind Deliverance is Jimmy P. Brown II. Well, they also had his solo album, Eraserhead, on sale at Boone's for an incredibly good price for this vinyl edition, which was released in 2018. It's kind of a David Bowie-esque sounding album, but it's got a lot of the guys from Deliverance helped him record on it as well. But this is a nice turquoise vinyl. And I already owned this actually, but they had this on sale, the Memorial Day weekend sale, for $6 for a colored vinyl of a really good album. So I couldn't pass that up. I was tempted to pick up several copies, but I thought I'll at least get one more, keep it sealed, and maybe resell it or just have a nice sealed copy, because I do like this album. Like I said, it's very David Bowie-esque album, and I do like the sound. It's one that has grown on me too. The more I listen to it, the more I really begin to appreciate the album itself. Kind of complex lyrics, really neat album. It's also got a cover of Newsboys' Entertaining Angels on it here in track 4. Some good stuff. So if you're into a little more David Bowie kind of album, and with a little Deliverance vibe to it as well, this is good stuff. For $6, I just couldn't pass it up. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the band Bride. Loved them. They just have some great albums, great discography, varied musical history throughout the years and decades. But in 1992, they recorded this live album, Bride Snakes Alive. It's almost more of a bootleg. The sound quality on this is not very good. This was a limited edition of only 1,000 units, as you can see there, put out by Retroactive in 2005. But again, this was recorded in 1992 in Bushnell, Illinois, at the Cornerstone Music Festival. I've looked at this a lot over the years, but I knew the sound quality was not very good, and I've heard it before. What's unique about this album, though, is that it's got a really fired up performance of the band Bride from '92. So it's a great performance, but again, you have to put up with the quality of the sound, which is not great. Tough to listen to all the way through, but again, you do get a really good sense of the band as they performed. The band Pride as they performed live during this period. And so it's neat for that. I'd been eyeing this on, I think, Discogs for a while. There was a copy there for $16 or $20, and I couldn't do it because I knew the sound quality was so rough. So Boone's offered this for like $4.97 here in the Memorial Day sale, and I think it's still priced at that. So I thought, okay, for $5, I'll pick it up and add it to my collection. Still sealed. I haven't opened it yet. But again, something you're probably not going to listen to a ton because of the sound quality. But if you're a big fan of Bride, it is nice to have in your collection because the performance is quite good. Anyway, something to consider if you are a Bride fan. Okay, and last but not least is probably what I consider one of the best deals of this sale. I'm so glad I picked this up. The band Modest Attraction is a band, again, that I'm not super familiar with. Some of the members of this band, which recorded in the 90s, went on to form the band Narnia, which is also a band that I'm learning a lot about and starting to get into as well. But this was kind of a pre-Narnia band, as they say. And it's got a very classic rock vibe to it. They only recorded 3 albums, and it's got this very classic rock vibe to it, which I really love. There's like some Hammond B3 organ in there. There's some great kind of classic guitars. The songs are varied between the 3 albums. Each album kind of grows, and they just get better across the 3 albums. But I've just recently really discovered them. I've seen the albums out on Boone's and I guess Girder and elsewhere, and kind of been curious about them, but never had the time or inclination to really go much further until I saw they were on the sale. I thought, maybe I'll check into it. So anyway, all of their vinyls were on sale. These are the 3 albums. The first one is Get Ready. This is a little rawer sounding album. As you can tell by the hype sticker here, 30th anniversary remastered on vinyl for the first time. These were, a band recorded in the 90s, so vinyl was not big then, so I don't believe they were ever originally released on vinyl. So these remastered editions are really nice. And this one, which is a single sleeve release, I haven't opened it yet, but as a single sleeve release, this was only $9.97. So again, for a nice vinyl copy, this is black vinyl. I believe they also have a kind of reddish maroon color vinyl that ties in with the cover art that was available as well for a little bit more. I don't remember if it was 15, 16, 17 bucks, but the black vinyl of all of these actually are the lesser pressings of those on the colored vinyl. So I thought, well, these are going to be a little more collectible maybe in time. Also, typically black vinyl traditionally sounds better the way it's produced. So I thought, well, I'm going to get black vinyl on all of these. This album's, like I said, got a raw sound to it. I haven't listened to it fully, but it kind of skipped around, and I look forward to putting this on the turntable tonight as well. But a really, really neat sound to this band, and I'm liking them. So there's that one as their first one. Their second one here is Modest Attraction, The Truth in Your Face. This one kind of puts things up the next level, another notch in their production values and in their songwriting. Really cool album. This one is a gatefold. Again, I have not opened these yet, but these are, again, black vinyl as well for this particular edition. They did have one available that has kind of the blue and white scheme and a colored vinyl edition. That was, again, cost a little bit more. This one I think was $13.97. So again, a really good price for a gatefold vinyl in brand new condition, still sealed. So look forward to listening to that. And then their third and final album is Divine Luxury. This one actually was listed as a bumped and bruised vinyl edition. Again, black vinyl edition here, but they do have a colored vinyl. I think that's in kind of a purplish hue of some sort, which cost more than the black vinyl. So I went with the black vinyl and the bumped and bruised edition, but it showed up, and I'm having a hard time finding any evidence of bumps or bruises. So kudos to Boone's, because I got a brand new copy that has no damage and is still sealed and brand new. So pretty nice deal. And again, this was, I think, $14.97. So $9.99 for Get Ready, their first album. $13.97 for The Truth in Your Face, their second album, and then $14.97 for their third and last album, Divine Luxury. So nice getting all these vinyls brand new in excellent shape on that sale. Well, added to that, they also had the CDs of each of those albums together as a bundle for $14.97 for all three. So that's kind of nice too. These are, the remastered brand new CDs. I believe they have art cards in them. I will open them here in a minute so we can check on that. But for $14.97, that's quite a good deal. So if you add together the vinyl, cost of what I spent on the vinyl and the CDs, it's basically a bundle that was about $55 for all of that. Not bad, and they're all brand new. So that to me was probably the pinnacle of the Boone's Overstock sale. Band that I didn't have any of their stuff, had only briefly listened to. Really excited about getting into their stuff. So let me break open these CDs. We'll take a look at the photo cards, art cards within them. Okay, first up we'll take a look at Get Ready, the first one. Here's the little booklet that comes with it. Lyrics, liner notes, so the story of the band. Nice spread, photo spread in the center of the CD booklet, and then lyrics here. So liner note, photo spread, lyrics, and what was on that? Here's the CD itself. Nice printing on there. The tray. One thing I've noticed, a lot of these CDs I've been getting from on these sales have cracked cases. They show up cracked, and they're packed very well, so I know they've shipped them cracked, and that's probably part of why they're doing the sale. They figure out you're going to accept them with cracked cases. Not crazy about that, but I guess the case can be replaced, but kind of a pain. Here's the photo art card that came with the album Get Ready, number 29 in their art card series. Looks pretty nice there. Booklet for their second album, The Truth in Your Face. That's the back side of it. Again, very similar, where they've got liner notes and photos, kind of the story of the band. This might be the same story printed between all three albums, I'm not sure. And they don't have a photo spread so much as they have a few photos here as the lyrics start. There's the printing on the CD, the art on the tray, and the enclosed photo card, that's a pretty cool one. I like that one a lot. Backside of that, which is number 27. Third and final CD disc from Divine Luxury. Here's the booklet, front and back of that. And inside again, photo with liner notes. Again, probably the same story, but I'm not sure. Haven't read them, of course, yet. Lyrics. More lyrics. The disc itself. Nice printing on these. The art in the tray. The photo card itself with Christian, is it Lilligren? I know he went on to Narnia. So he's in Narnia now, but number 28, that card. So there you go. Lots of nice deals through Boone's Overstock this Memorial Day. Glad I picked these up. I'm in the midst of listening to so many of them and looking forward to putting more of these, especially the vinyl, on tonight and checking them out. So that's what I got through this Memorial Day sale. Did you pick up any of these? Did you pick up any good sale items from Boone's, Girder, or Roxx? If so, comment below. Let me know, what did you get and why'd you pick it up? What do you look for when these sales come up? Are there particular bands that you're looking for? Again, kind of like Modest Attraction. That was a band I'm not familiar with. Wouldn't pay full price for them because I'm just not familiar with them. But when a sale comes along, yeah, I'm going to pick them up. And then I learn about the band, and now, again, that's got me even more interested in Narnia and related bands that these guys have been a part of. So what do you look for when sales on Christian rock and Christian music come up, and what albums do you pick up? Did you pick up any at this sale? If so, let me know what you got. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Hope there was something in here that interested you. Go out and listen to some great Christian rock today, and above all else, stay in God's Word. See you next time. Bye-bye.